Let us start with the new topic, triangles. Before we start with triangles and the questions, let us discuss few basic things. First of all, what is a triangle? A plane figure bounded by three line segments is called a triangle. Triangle is having three sides, three vertices, and three angles. Now, if you can see, ABC is a triangle, three sides, AB, BC, and CA, three vertices, A, B, and C, and three angles, angle A, angle B, and angle C. Now, types of triangles on the basis of sides here. First one is equilateral triangle. A triangle having all sides equal, that is called as an equilateral triangle. If we see ABC is an equilateral triangle here, with AB is equals to BC is equals to CA. Second one is isosceles triangle. A triangle having two sides equal, that is called as an isosceles triangle. Here AB is equals to AC. So next one is scalene triangle. A triangle in which all three sides are of different lengths, that is AB is not equal to BC is not equal to CA. Next is type of triangles on the basis of angles. First one is acute angle triangle. A triangle in which every angle measures more than 0 degree but less than 90 degree, that is called as an acute angle triangle. If you see in this figure, angle A is 60 degree, angle A 50 degree, and angle C 70 degree. All angles are less than 90 degree. Second one is right angle triangle. A triangle in which one of the angles measures 90 degree, that is called as a right angle triangle, or simply a right triangle. Now in this, angle B is 90 degree, so we can say this is a right angle triangle. AC is an hypotenuse and AB and BC are the two corresponding sides. Third one is obtuse angle triangle. A triangle in which one of the angles measures more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, that is called as an obtuse angle triangle. Now if you see in this figure, in triangle ABC, angle B is 120 degree. So one angle is greater than 90 but less than 180. Now few more concepts we need to discuss. First of all, median. Now median is a line segment which falls from a vertex to the opposite sides, dividing it into two equal parts. So if I say from vertex A, AD is the median, then AD will be dividing BD into two equal parts, that is BC into two equal parts, that is BD is equals to DC. Similarly, if it is falling from vertex B, that is BE is a median, then AE will be equal to EC. And if it is falling from vertex C, then CF is a median and AF will be equal to FB. Okay, one property, the point where all the medians they intersect each other is called as the centroid, and centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. That is AG is to GD is equals to 2:1, BG is to GE is equals to 2:1, and similarly CG is to GF 2:1. Okay, next is altitudes of the triangle. Now the altitudes of the triangle, we can say the corresponding to any side is the length of the perpendicular from the opposite vertex. So it may or may not divide the opposite side into two equal parts. And the point where all these vertices, all these perpendiculars meet, we call it as orthocenter, and we represent it by capital H. Next one, because we are discussing triangles here. Now let's discuss congruency of triangles. First of all, what are congruent figures? Two geometrical figures having exactly the same shape and size, they are known as congruent figures, and the symbol which is used for congruency is this one. Now congruent triangles, two triangles are congruent if and only if one of them can be made to superimpose on the other so as to cover it exactly. That is, if ABC triangle can superimpose DEF, or the other way, or we can say if DEF can superimpose triangle ABC, then we can say these two triangles are congruent triangles. Now criteria for the congruency here, as we have already discussed in class 8, SAS congruency rule, SAS axiom, side, angle, side. Okay, let's say triangle ABC and DEF are there. AB side will be equal to DE corresponding to the triangle DEF. Angle A will be equal to angle D and AC will be equal to DF. Then we can say triangle ABC and DEF, they are congruent by SAS congruency rule. Next one is SSS axiom. That means side, side and side axiom. In this, if we take two triangles ABC and triangle DEF, AB will be equal to DE, BC will be equal to EF and CA will be equal to FD. In this case, we can say triangles are congruent by SSS congruency rule. Next one is angle, angle, side. Okay, here side need not to be in the middle of the two angles. So that's why we've written angle, angle, side. If we take triangle ABC and triangle DEF, angle A will be equal to angle D, angle B will be equal to angle E, and in this case side BC is equals to side EF. Then we can say triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side congruency rule. Next one is RHS axiom, that is right angle, hypotenuse and side. So in right angle triangle ABC, for this condition it has to be a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle ABC and right angle triangle DEF, angle B is equals to angle E 90 degree each. AC is equals to DF. This is the hypotenuse. And the third one is BC is equals to EF, any side. It can be side AB and DE also. So it depends upon the conditions. Now based on this, let us discuss few questions from exercise 8A. First of all, question number 2. In given figure, P is a point in the interior of angle ABC. So this is angle ABC given, and P is a point which is given at the interior of angle ABC. If PL is perpendicular to BA, PL is perpendicular to BA, and PM is perpendicular to BC, such that PL is equals to PM. Prove that BP is the bisector of angle ABC. That means I need to prove angle 3 is equals to angle 4. So first of all, I will take triangle BLP and triangle BMP. I named this angle as angle 1 and angle 2 because these are perpendiculars. So each angle will be 90 degree each. Second one, BP will be equal to BP, isn't it? Common side. And because it is opposite to 90 degree, it can be taken as hypotenuse. And the third one is PL is equals to PM. So we can say angle 1 is equals to angle 2, right angle. BP is equals to BP, hypotenuse. And PL is equals to PM, side. Therefore, I can say BLP triangle is congruent to triangle BMP by RHS congruency rule. And by CPCT, that means corresponding parts of congruent triangles, angle 3 is equals to angle 4. If I can take angle 3 is equals to angle 4, I can say BP is the bisector of angle ABC and hence proved. Let us consider next question. Question number 5. In given figure, M is the midpoint of AB and CD. M is the midpoint of AB and CD. Prove that CA is equals to BD and CA is parallel to BD. I'll start with triangle AMC and triangle DMB. Now AM is equals to MB. AM is equals to MB. This is side. This is already given to us. Angle 1 is equals to angle 2, vertically opposite angles. And third one is MC is equals to MD. This is also a side which is given to us. So I can say by SAS congruency rule, triangle AMC is congruent to triangle DMB. And by CPCT, I can say CA side CA is equals to side BD. Okay, first part is done. We need to prove CA is parallel to BD. What I will do, by CPCT I can say angle 3 is equals to angle 4. If you'll see this, they are forming like an alternate interior angles. Because they are forming alternate interior angles, we can say also 3 is equals to 4 by CPCT. 3 and 4, they are forming alternate interior angles. And with this we can say CA is parallel to BD. And therefore we have proved CA is equals to BD and CA is parallel to BD. Next question. Question number 7. AB is a line segment. AX and BY are two equal line segments drawn on opposite sides of AB such that AX is parallel to YB. If AX and XY intersect at M, prove that triangle AMX is congruent to triangle BMY and AB and XY bisect each other at M. So this is the figure which is given to us. Okay, now what is given? That AX is parallel to BY. And we can see two triangles here, AMX and triangle BMY. Now in this case, what I will do, I will take angle 1 is equals to angle 3. Angle 1 is equals to angle 2. These are alternate interior angles. As lines are parallel, so I can take this as alternate interior angles. Second condition, AX is equals to BY. This is given to me. Angle 3 is equals to angle 4, alternate interior angles. This is also given. Therefore, triangle AMX is congruent to triangle BMY by ASA congruency rule. Okay, this is the first part which we have done. Now by CPCT, because I know triangle AMX is congruent to triangle BMY, by CPCT I can say AM is equals to MB and XM is equals to YM. That is, AM is equals to MB and XM is equals to MY. This shows that AB and XY, they bisect each other at M. And this is what we need to prove in the second part. Let us discuss next question. Question number 11. In given figure, angle BAC, this is given equal to angle CDB. I've named this angle as 1 and angle 2. Also, I've been given angle BCA. BCA is equals to angle CBD. And I've named this angle as 3 and angle 4. I need to prove that AB is equals to CD. Okay, I'll start with this by taking triangle ABC and DCB. Angle 1 is equals to angle 2. This is already given by angle criteria. Angle 3 is equals to angle 4. This is also angle criteria given to me. Now BC is equals to CB. If you see this triangle ABC and BCD, BC is common. So BC is equals to CB, that is common. And therefore by triangle AB, therefore we can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DCB by angle side criteria. By CPCT, I can say AB is equals to CD. Now based on this, students, kindly try question number 3, question number 4, question number 6, question number 8, question number 9 and question number 10. Thank you, beta.